I'm sure we are all, in our own little ways, special. We all believe we're special and we all feel special. And every other person is just in the way. Every other person just doesn't get it. Okay, see it this way. These particular things that makes you wonderful, those particular things that makes you special, that makes you fun and passionate. Say, for example, you are a sports lover, a sports maniac. You love football, tennis, and all that stuff. Or you're so drawn to politics. Oh, the news, I know. Or you're just a social butterfly, boss of the good life. Or you're just crazy about business or being an entrepreneur. I don't actually know how best to pronounce that. Or you're just a social media addict. Okay, not an addict, but you are just so much into social media. Or maybe you're just like me, a fame enthusiast, mad-ass music lover, and someone who is insanely curious about life and gathering information that we may never ever need or have use for ever. It's this same things, it's the same particular things that make people drawn to you. It's the same things that makes you special, that makes you wonderful, that makes people feel you're genuine. It's the same thing that disconnects people from you. It's the same activities and involvements that makes you so fun. It's still the same thing that makes you boring entirely. So here's my question to you. To myself and to us all. Exactly, what is your plot? Dude, is that it? Is this your game? To be fun and boring altogether? What exactly is the plot? What's gonna happen? No one has the experience, okay? It's all our first time here on earth, so keep in mind that yays, lovers, and glasses of wine, these are the things that should never be counted. Hey you, I'm your host, Viva, a girl who's stuck with fiction and fantasy. Welcome, this is You Could Pod, where there's only possibilities of anything you could reckon. Be chill, do your thing while listening on Spotify, Apple Podcasts, Google Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcasts. And don't forget to subscribe and click your notification buttons on, because that way I owe you everything. I'm just thinking about this right now. I'm pondering, why am I asking? What do I care? Am I asking what's your plot? What's the game plan? What do you care? Viva, what do you care? But still, I have to know while I'm still thinking, okay? What is it? Just tell me. You tell me right now, okay? What is it about music and movies that you can't get enough of? What is it about sports that you are so freakishly in tune with? Tell me, okay? What is it about the news? What is it about politics? Ain't you sad enough? What is it about fitness that... Oh my God, we know your body's buff, okay? Move on. What is it about reality TV? What is it about social media? Haven't you seen enough content? Okay, what is it? All these plenty questions. Why is it? Why particularly do you love this particular thing? Why is it this one you like and not the other one? Okay, why is that? That's what I'm thinking of. That's what you should be thinking of too. Anyway, hey you, and welcome to another episode of You Could Pod with Moa. Yes, your girl, Viva. Oh boy, I am back like I never left. I actually never left anyway. But today's episode, which would lead me to, yes, of course, the topic of today's episode is, drumroll please, 250 pounds to plot. Okay, I don't know why I did that. I just finished watching some Bloodlines, the Russos, okay? For my wrestlers, for the people who know about SummerSlam and WWE WrestleMania, okay? But today's episode, the topic of this episode is the plot. Yes. And this is quite a one, okay? This is definitely quite a one. The plot, I think the first thing that comes to my mind, the first thing I feel comes to mind when I hear plot would be plot. What's most popular? A plot of land, a unit of land, an area of a land that is being measured as a unit, which is a plot. And yes, definitely, plot of land is what comes to mind, and it's quite lucrative. Okay, everyone should have a plot of land. Try and get one. Okay, this is not sponsored or anything, but try and get a land, try and get a piece, try to get half of it, maybe in your village, in a town where you live, somewhere. Just have something. Just have land banking is good. Okay, it's been good for ages. I mean, because we're going to be here for the rest of our lives and the rest of our reincarnated lives and the rest of everything we feel it is going to be. So just try and get a plot. Okay. Why am I saying this? Do you even own one? Shut up, Viva. Anyway, yes, that's the first thing that comes to mind when I hear the word plot. I think of an area of a land. And then secondly, when I hear the word plot, yes, I recall one time back in school when I plotted with some of my friends to do a particular thing secretly. We planned this stuff, okay? It was a surprise, an astonishing surprise. That's the same thing, astonishing surprise anyway. Yes, that's the second thing that comes to mind. A plot, which will be a secret plan. It could also be a secret plan to carry out illegal things or harmful things, or just a secret plan altogether. Yes, of course. That's the next thing that comes to mind after a plot of land. And the next thing, of course, and my favorite when I hear the word plot would be a series of events of a story, okay, of a film, of a novel, of a movie, of anecdotes, of your story, a series of events, plot, the plot twist, what makes it thriller, what makes it drama-worthy, what makes it drama, or the actions and all that. And then fourth, lastly, I would believe would be a plot, this is in mathematical terms, statistics, physics, all the calculating stuff. It's not really my strong suit. A plot will be a graph showing the relation between two variables, which is a diagram or map. I don't really know much about maths so much. I mean, the best I know so much about maths is when I'm calculating money, when I'm putting money together, which is fun, okay? That's wonderful for me, so yes, why not? Anyway, that would be the various things, the various ways, and the things that comes to mind when I think of the word plot. But why is this relevant? Why is this a topic I choose to talk about on this episode today with you, my favorite person? Is because I know, I don't just feel this. I know and I believe and I also feel it inclusively. I also feel that it's the things that we love so much that does it to us. Just like the saying is always the people it's always those ones that are close to you that it's gonna fuck you up. Yes, it's just those things. I mean, I get drawn to people for what I feel they love and I see interest in it. Generally, I get drawn to people for so many things because I'm just curious. I mean, I just want to know a little bit. Sometimes it tires me too. Like, why do you even care? But that's it. But the things that is wonderful about you, those things that makes me want to know so much, makes you want to know so much, makes those things that attract you, that attract us to a particular person, to a particular group, and say, oh, I love the fact that these people are so fun. Or maybe comedy, which is something I am crazy about. I love comedy. I love stand-up comedies a lot. I love to laugh. One of my favorite things, one of the things I know how to do best, my biggest passion, biggest hobby, biggest talent, biggest gift is laughter. I laugh unnecessarily when it's not called for, when it's not useful, when it's weird, when it's awkward, when it's why the hell are you laughing? I train, I'm good in that area, so I think you should brag about it. I like to laugh. Everyone is so funny. I just think everything is funny. But anyway, yep. Yes, that goes for that. Yes, because those things particularly, I of course, there's always a little anecdote, you guys already know, that I have. That will be things I always recall, because I'm always remembering things. Because I've had so much involvement. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter at all. But yes, I recall this one time that I met this person. Yes, it's a female. She was pretty, of course. That's a criteria. And she was so much into what she did for a living. She was a fashionista, that's a tailor. She makes the clothes herself. She's not just a designer. She makes it herself. And it was so, her styles and designs were just cool. And I love someone who has that particular style about them. It's not about trending or following what is there, because I feel like fashion is about your style, your own thing, your feeling. It's a personality. It's personal to you. You like something. It's that stuff that's unique about you. So yes, I admired it so much. I loved it so much. I always wanted to just go and check it out and check it out and check it out all the time. And then with time, I wouldn't say it wore off, that I no longer liked fashion, or that I no longer liked her content, or the fact that I no longer care about that entirely at all. But it just wore off. It just faded out carefully. And each time I saw the status, I'd be like, yeah, another clothes again. Good. It was the same thing that I adored so much, that I admired so much, which I still did, but somehow it wasn't so, Why do I keep on saying, Do you guys even know? Well, it was just that particular stuff that I loved so much about her, that got me drawn to her, the fact that she was so passionate about it, and she was so consistent and continuously doing this over and over and over again. She wasn't just dabbling into different things. And I could feel, and sometimes when we hung out and we sat out, the way she talks about it, when someone talks about a particular thing, they love so much, and their eyes just light up. And everything is just so soulful and nice. And I loved it. I craved that so much. But at the time, it's just wore off. It was no longer there. It was no longer that pizzazz wasn't lost, but it was no longer as mighty as it was. And I started to get bored a little from that. And it doesn't make me a bad person, okay? It just makes me human, because you would do the same thing. Or you could just judge me, okay? Yeah, Viva, shut up your mouth. You did that. Why would you love something and not love it so much? What's wrong with you? You can do that, okay? It doesn't even matter. But the thing is the same things. Is those plots, is those particular things about you that's just it. I know I have brothers who, my younger brother was so crazy about console games. He will play it every day, morning to night, and it's as if it never got. Sometimes I'm thinking, is this guy even okay? Is this guy even going to make it? Why would a person just be so much into this stuff? Don't you get tired of the same animated fightings and all that? And I loved it too, okay? Don't get me wrong. I loved it too. I was so into it. I cared about it so much. If you see me on console games, you will go mad. Hey, I don't even want to talk about that because that would be a full story, okay? But then I'm like, dude, just go try some other stuff. Just go try some other things. You can just be doing this one thing. Don't you get tired? And slightly, I started to judge it. Slightly, we start to judge things. We feel like, oh, why does this particular person love this thing so much? I mean, if we have that friend or know someone or maybe acquainted to someone that knows someone who maybe one of the stuff I wouldn't say I hate now, but I just got tired of it, is the Z-word thing, the Indian movie stuff. Oh my God. I have Indian friends. I love y'all, but the movies are just, for someone like me who love thriller movies and drama and pick up, don't get it slow. Don't just pull me down there. I had friends who loved this so much, and I didn't judge them for it actually, because I'm just curious. I just wanted to know what was so thick about it. And the thing is, if someone is passionate about something and I feel that genuinity, I just follow up. Yeah, you could call me someone who just likes stuff because people like it. I do, apart from the fact that I am curious about all this stuff. I like the fact that, when people love something, when a particular person likes something, and it's not just the fact that every other person likes it. That's the reason why they like it. They like it because it's something, I don't know how to explain it. It's just special, okay? It's just that admiration. That's the way they are just lost, maybe in explaining it or talking about it, or the way their eyes light up when they see something that's related to that, or it motivates them or inspires them. It just gets me to that, like a little bit of turn on. Yes, it does. Maybe not turn on in that way. Come on, don't think about that, you perverts. But yes, it gets me, a little bit down to that. So yeah, I had friends who loved Z-word and all those Star Life and Indian, and it was funny. I'll be like, really? Why? Sometimes I would think, I'll be thinking in my head, why do you even care about this kind of romance? Do you understand that you live in Africa, you live in Nigeria, and that kind of romance is never real? You're just being delusional. And I forget the fact that I am so much into Hollywood that I could also be delusional, So with that, I tried not to put so much, I think not just me, I wouldn't just try not to put so much emphasis on that. I think we should try not to put so much emphasis on anything. When someone is into business, or just, that thing, they're just about their life. They're just about themselves. They're just about, yes, money. And then when you see this person talks about money so much, and you're like, what is this person with money? Is it the entitlement mentality? Is it the privilege shit? Whatsoever. If a guy is giving me money, if a girl is giving me money, if money is coming out from it, if it's not, there's even the saying that goes, if it's not giving you peace, orgasm, or money, it's not for you. And that is cool. It should definitely be worth something. But then what about those plots? What about those things that is just different, that doesn't give you peace? Okay, I'm going to rule out peace from there. That doesn't give you, why did I even get to orgasm? Oh my God. That doesn't give you money or anything at all. What about those stuff? What about the fact that you are a weirdly creeping BB Niger lover? Yes. I just say that. I love the show. I do. I love the show. I'm not a crazy fan, but I understand that people love it. And that's what makes us different. Yeah, sometimes, I saw a particular section of the show and I'm like, are you kidding me? These people don't even know what they're doing. And I started to judge. I was like, oh, these guys are dumb. What the hell? Okay, and I thought about it, and I'm like, why would they ask this person this question and they don't know that? How the hell? And I started thinking to myself, if I would go for something like this, would I not pack my head? Okay, I can use a phone in the house. I would have studied. I mean, I have to study other stuff. I have to write it down on the paper and read it to myself at least 3 to 4 times so it sticks in my head. I mean, I thought about all the stuff, and then I'm like, why do people even love the show? Why? But then I remember that I like Jersey Shore, and it's the same thing. It's just because it's different. It's because it's a different tag. It's a different thing. We can all love our different, freakishly, weirdly awkward shows, TV shows. I mean, I'm a reality TV lover too, okay? I love reality TV a whole lot, and that is why I relate to Bibi Naija, because it's reality TV, okay? But what's my go-to reality TV? Yes, that would be Real Housewives. Okay, I love that show. I do, I admit. But that's the plot, right? That's what's special. That's what's unique about this person that loves that particular show. And then for the gym bunnies, for the people who are fitness crazy buff, those buff looking people, with their packs, or maybe not just packs, you just know that this person works out. It's just in the body and all that. So you're like, I wish I could just be this person. I wish it's just so easy. I could just be this person. I wish I could be a maniac like this person. I wish I could be so crazy about this. That is the only thing I do. I mean, I don't know if y'all ever have any or know anyone who is into fitness. I know a couple of people who are very close to me who likes fitness. Oh my God, you need to see them tell me shit. And I just enjoy it. I mean, I don't know. I just enjoy it because I just fantasize being in the award, being the person who has done so much in this, and now I have all this crazy energy and crazy endorphins and all that stuff busting in me, and I just wish I'm the person who would get up very early in the morning and go to the gym. Okay, in what ward am I that person? I don't know, but okay. It could be. I could one day be that person. Oh, I shouldn't even be a morning person. I could do it later in the day. I could do it anytime. It mustn't be at that time. But, when you see people who care so much about it, or when you listen to people who talk about it, oh my God, I have friends who talk about fitness. And then I'm just like in awe. I'm just staring at them and like, wow, the way you talk about this stuff. I mean, I could write a big memoir. I could script you for how wonderful this feels. You see the passion, the way, oh my God, have you ever tried to do this? And then this happens? Have you ever tried to have you done? I'm like, okay, dude. In my head, I'm like, this is cute. This is so fun, Only in my dreams. And then, but it is, because your thing is wonderful. And then there's also times when I sit, I'll be like, really? Today again? Dude, go and sleep. Haba. Shebi, we're not going to hear. Since I started working out, you're not buff, you're not... Yes, move on. There are other things in life. There's so different from physical health and fitness. Just move on. Let us rest. You love you admire people for what they love so much. And then the next minute, you are not criticizing it. Or maybe you are just criticizing it. Or maybe you're not just in that mood. And it just comes up to your face and you're like, this person again, I beg. Like when you like I don't know if it works for you. Maybe, so I should stop saying Stop saying okay? Stop doing that, Viva. Maybe they don't know. Or maybe they just know. But they're listening. How are they going to reply? I mean, let's say, for example, indulge me, okay? So say, for example, you like this person. Okay, for example, myself. It's always best to talk about yourself and use yourself as an instance, because that's the best way. I mean, what are you doing? Say I like this person, say I like this guy, and probably, why does he have to be a guy? God! Because you're straight. Shut up. Yeah, it has to be a guy. Who does it have to be? A girl? Dude. Anyway. And then they like a particular thing. They like a particular thing. And you like it too. Or maybe it's not a crush or anything. It's just someone, in passing, someone you just know, someone for whatever reason you're acquainted to, in whatever way. And then you see that they are so drawn into something. I had this person who was crazy about the news. Like, I love news. Well, I say, for the first time ever that I ever had the need, for the passion to ever want to talk or want to even choose the fact that I should study mass communication going into school, was because back then my dad would always watch the 10 o'clock NTA news. I guess when NTA was NTA. I think NTA is still NTA, but it's not so much now. And, when he comes back, late at night, and then he watches the news, there's this rule, like, it's not told, it's not like a spoken rule, it's just an unspoken, unwritten law, like, if you have to stay and watch the TV, because, of course, the TV room was just in the sitting room, it was just in a parlor. It's not like now where people have TVs everywhere. I'm not that kid. I didn't grow up that way. The TV was just in the sitting room. Okay, I was a 90s kid, so it's not crazy and wonderful the way it is now. So if you were able to chill with him and stay with him from 9 to 10, because it was just an hour, okay, it was just 1 hour of news, and if you watched it, I mean, I even know the name. I would watch Sirius Toba, and oh boy, yes, continuously when they were over the news. I mean, if you sat in with my dad and you watched it, after that, immediately he leaves the sitting room. Immediately he leaves. I mean, you are in control of the sitting room, because at that time, of course, daddy's back. Everybody's, you're not scared. It's wonderful for people who have daddies. They hug, oh, daddy is back. That was not me. That was not the way it worked for me. Okay, it's different from different people. I mean, when daddy comes, you have to put your shit together. I mean, if you're outside, you're not in, and he's already back, you fucked up. Or there's a whole lot of stuff, So I would always sit in with him. I would always sit in the sitting room because I needed to gain control over the TV. I mean, every other person has slept, right? So they wouldn't come back. Although my senior brothers always come and bully me, because of course they'll be like, shh, hey, you, move over. But then I would sit in, I would watch the news with him. And that was my interest. That was what sparked my interest to want to be a mass communicator. I was like, oh my God, I want to be a newscaster. It was a news thing. It was that. Oh my God. I remember that I always wanted to read the news and do that and just talk about the news. Yes, that was the interest. So of course, I'm drawn to politics and the news crazily so much. I just want to know a little bit of anything, because I just have this phobia. I just have this crazy phobia that one day I am going to get asked a question and I'm not going to have an answer to it. And it's going to be quite stupid because I don't have a single clue at all. And everyone's going to laugh at me. Even though there's nobody there and it's just me and the person who asked me this, or me and the group of persons who are there, and maybe they're not even going to laugh at me, because you don't have to know everything, right? But I just have this scare that is going to happen to me. So I am preparing for something that may never ever happen. Crazy, I know. Anyway, back to it. So I had this friend who was crazy about the news. This person is mad as about the news, wants to watch Kakaki. I don't know if you guys know, Kakaki is the morning show on an AIT where they get to review the newspapers and the whole stuff that happens in them. Like morning breakfast shows, I think, in channels and all that stuff. I don't really follow up the trend now because I found out, I think I've spoken a little bit about this in some of my previous episodes, about the fact that the news now actually gets me sad. It just gets me sad. It just gets me to a point where I'm like, why are all these things happening? Why is it that these people don't even care? And I get too drawn and attached to it. And sometimes when I talk about it and I come off being too extreme to my friends or anyone listening to me, and then they'll be like, why are you so worked up about this? Why are you just move on? And so because of that, I reduce my intake of the news, because I can't just keep on continuously allowing things that will suck me in and absorb me or make me feel sad. So I just reduce my intake of the news. So I had this person who was crazy about the news, okay? And I was too, because it was something, not just because it was an interest, because I just wanted to know. I just want to know what's happening everywhere, so I wouldn't be left out. But then this person was just continues the news. It's news every time. They're on their phone, and then you're thinking, oh, maybe someone is on the phone, or maybe they're watching social media, or maybe they're playing a game, or maybe they're chatting, or maybe they're replying to a mail or doing some business. No, it's just the news. It's the news, it's politics, it's everything. And I admired it for quite some time. And then I'm like, okay, you've had enough. Move on now. Don't get so crazily attached to it. What is it about the news? Are you not sad enough? And then sometimes this person would answer and be like, yes, it makes me sad. I hate it, and I want to change some stuff, and I want to make a difference. And then I'm like, yeah, but you're not going to make a difference now. So why don't you just do the things you're doing? And then once you are definitely going to get there, because you're bright. You're definitely getting there, of course, because you're successful in your field. So with enough money and enough network and all that stuff, you can definitely change things. Why are you killing yourself now? What is it about the news and politics that you just won't get out of your system? Do you like being sad so much? And I was actually asking this and inquiring about this because of the way it made me feel. Yes, initially I loved it. I wanted to hear everything, and I felt like, oh, this is our vibe, this is our spark, when you're with that particular person and you know that, oh, this is what connects us. Oh, you get me in this way, you get me in this manner, because we just talk about this, and you know a little bit of that, or you know so much, and I'm so curious. I love the way you're talking about this stuff and all that stuff. But then I'm like, okay, move on. And sometimes I get to judge. Sometimes we as people, we as human beings, we get to judge people for the things they like, for that particular thing that makes them tick, that same thing that attracts us to them. Maybe we don't judge them. We just get a little bit frustrated. We just get a little bit tired at the same time. We just feel that little bit, okay, rest. You don't do rest. Move on. You just get that feeling. Not because you don't want them to be passionate about what they love to be passionate about. Not because you don't want them to be who they are. Not because you were tired of who they want to be or who they are initially or at the time. But just because we're humans. Okay? Just because if you stay so long in a particular thing, you get used to it, right? But then when you get used to it, you start to discover, or you start to realize that you're actually a different person. You are not this person. you have something else that interests you. You have something else that lights your spark and engages you, and something else that makes your eye lit, or makes you emotional, or makes you excited, or makes you want to just dream and be happy and fantasize. You realize, oh, I think I got a little bit lost there. I think I followed in this trend. I followed in this footstep a little bit too much. Now I've found myself. Now, not that I've found myself. I've always known that I like this. I've always known that I like noodles differently from spaghetti. And this person loves spaghetti. And of course, I love spaghetti. I wouldn't mind having spaghetti. And then this is an instance, okay? I'm just making an instance. And then you just follow up with spaghetti, and then continuously. And then you forget about noodles entirely. You forget about the ramen noodles. You forget about the Indomie noodles, that type of noodles, yeah? You forget about the ramen noodles entirely. And then you stick to spaghetti. And then after a particular time, you're like, oh, no, I used to like noodles. Or maybe for whatever reason you taste noodles or whatever. I don't know how you get to that. Maybe you realize is this, or you just get lost in the tempo, and then this is not me, because it's always there. Who you are, what you want to be, what your interest is, what makes you unique, what makes you special. That stuff that makes you attractive, that stuff that makes people drawn to you is always there. And should you lose course in any time, should there be any reason that you lose course and you sway a little and you follow a particular trend, or you follow this person because you care about what they love also, or just because the same things that they like is also the things you like too. But at the time, it's not exactly what supersedes all the stuff that you like. Like, let's say there's a rating. I don't know if I'm making sense here. Let's say there's a rating, 1 to 10. I love football. Yeah, I do. I love football. Right from home, Manchester United. It's a family thing. It's a family. I know. All my friends were gonna kill me. Hey, every time we lose, and we lose all the time. I don't mind. I don't care. It's now a tradition. I just have to stick. I stick with my gut. I have to stay with them. I don't even care what anybody says. You just keep your opinions to yourself, okay? Just keep your opinion to yourself, you people. But anyway, say I get to see someone or have a friend who loves football too. Oh, we connect so much. Oh, I love football and they love football. And then we do football. Maybe not every day. Maybe not every week. Because it's not every time that the season is on. There's off-season and all that. Yeah, there's La Liga, there's Serie A, and Champions League, Premier League, and all that stuff, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, and then we're doing it. And then I'm like, okay, I like football so much, but I like to see movies a whole lot. I like to watch movies the way adapted from a book, because I just can't find a book to read it. And yes, I know it's not the same thing as reading the book, but at least I'll have a clue. I'll get an inkling of what is being said or what the book is about. I also want to watch movies. And are you kidding me? If it is too quiet, I don't want to hear myself think. I want to listen to music. Anyone who's being close to me, I need to hear music. I need to hear a sound, because then, the gibberish in my head, I don't want to hear that. I don't want to listen to that. I know this sounds a little bit psycho, but yeah, I don't want to listen to that. I just want to listen to a sound and a rhythm. I want to get lost in that word, lost in the lyrics, whatever lyrics I'm listening to. Imagine myself in that lyrics. Heartbreak, love, being crazy, big ass, big titties, money, spend money on designer, whatever lyrics, whatever the song is about. I just want to get lost in that word. And let's say, for example, because I love football also, or because this person loves WrestleMania, WrestleMania. Are you kidding me? This person is a fan of WWE. And this is what, as a child, every Saturday is a tradition. And even now is something I always have to watch. And I get to watch the match and what these are my favorite things. And then I see someone who just does exactly the same thing. And then we're together. And then I'm vibing and we're vibing and the energy is thick. It's fun. Oh, wow. We are heading to the mountains. Everest. Is that the tallest mountain? I don't even care. I do care, but I don't know. For now, I don't know. Now, I could know it the next minute. If you just give me a moment and I checked it out, I would know. So, I don't know now. But that's it. And then I realized that I also want to do other stuff. And then in this particular moment, that's where people say, oh, this person has changed. Oh, you're no longer the person I used to know. Or you're no longer this. The whole thing, maybe you've been, and then people even go as far as saying, oh, they were pretending, or they were lying all this while. Maybe they weren't lying. Maybe they actually genuinely cared about the things that you cared about too. But they also care about other stuff. They also want to do other stuff. Because just as it is said, too much of everything is just too much. And you can continuously have one thing over and over and over again. It works for you. 100%. And I love that about you. I admire that about you. I want to be involved in that about you because that's my spark of interest. That's what attracted me to you or what attracted you to me. That's our connection. That's our vibe. That's our energy. That's our agreement. Or it's just a crazy compliment. Or it's the fact that your style is dope. Oh my God. Or the fact that maybe this style is not so dope, but whatever you wear just fits. Or the fact that I need crazy motivation and inspiration about getting into fitness and getting into shape and getting into the desired weight I want to be. And then you are the person. Why not? You're my biggest inspiration. And I get there. It wouldn't mean that they are not. What am I doing? Sorry about that. It wouldn't be that there are not so much other things that I would also want to do, or there are no other things that you also would want to do. There are no other stuff you want to engage in or you want to involve in. Your plot is definitely different from my plot. It is. Different occurrences, different reasons. Because I believe when I first started jotting down and scripting down about the plot, I had some set of stuff. I divided it into two. I got two different tables. I got actually a table of the way I felt like I wanted to talk about this. And one in the group of a table was series of occurrence. And on the next table was effect and casualties. Another series of occurrence was growth and stability. That was the first thing. And I realized that while I was writing that, the last thing that I wrote still on the same table of series of occurrence was still stability and growth. Growth and stability, stability and growth. I'm going to read it out. I think the first thing I wrote was growth and stability, and then change and decision. This where you find out, I think it's a process or the time or that realization moment or point where you find out that yes, I like this too. Maybe I need inspiration for this. I need motivation for this. Or I love this so much. Or maybe I lost track the fact that I actually liked this. Or I actually have interest in this. Or maybe this is just what is going to fill that void at the time. So the change and decision, the decision to get involved in it. And then it gets back to the third thing on that list is repetition and arguments. That's repetition, that's consistency, where we continuously do something over and over again that our body, our mind, our soul, our brain, our psyche, masters it. It becomes something that we are so used to. We become tuned into it. And then augment, it's a rise when you're now developing and evolving and growing. So repetition and augment. And then the next thing on the list I had was expectation and improvement. Expectation and improvement, I think and that would suffice to be, for example, okay, I'm going to give an instance. Say someone who doesn't have enough food. Let's say, God help the people who don't have enough. Definitely, we all hope that the world is a better place and there will be no poor people and children who are suffering and all that. But say someone, a group of persons, maybe kids who actually lack food, and they're being given a particular food. It wouldn't even matter the kind of food you give them. Say you just give them bread or water, or you give them bread and water. Bread, oh my God. Or you gave them, say, rice, whatever food. For the fact that they are hungry, they're just going to take it, right? They're just going to lap it up because it's what they just want at that time. I'm trying to explain expectation and improvement. And then for someone who is so used to food, for someone who has a particular taste for food, say if I went into a restaurant and of course I go into this restaurant and I place an order, I have an expectation. There's something I want to see, you see, which is also, yes, of course, the things that make life a little bit unhappy and unglorious, because you never get to that point that you actually want. And then I order this meal. I have an expectation. I mean, the service or whatsoever, there's a way I expect it to get to me. There's something I'm looking out for, the improvement that I want to satisfy my mind, satisfy my soul, my mindset, my body, my brain at that time. And when it comes and maybe say it lacks a particular thing, that feeling, maybe say you go to a 3-star, 4-star, 5-star restaurant and you order that meal, and then the meal doesn't taste as good. And then you're like, why? Why is it salty? Why is it too spicy? For people like me who don't eat pepper at all, like, why is this spicy? Why on earth would anybody want to put crazy spice and make their food so peppery? Why would you want to make a very spicy food? And then it goes crazy about expectations. Why? Because you've grown, you've changed, and you've had that decision. And because of the repetition and the growth that you've already had, you get down to the expectations of it has to be this way or no other. Now, that person who doesn't have any, it's not thinking about the fact that it has to be properly prepared. That it has to not have enough salt or have just enough salt or too much salt or less spice or too much spice. They just want the food. It doesn't even matter it doesn't matter. Just give me food, man. They just need it. But because you've gotten to that point where you've changed, you've decided, you've repeatedly done this stuff, you've grown, you build an expectation. And the next thing that comes into it is satisfaction and the wantings. And this satisfaction, yes, it is, finally, I have the body I want. Finally, I have enough money, says nobody ever. Or finally, I have all the gadgets that I need. I have the shoes and the material stuff I need. Finally, I've been to enough places, says nobody ever again. Finally, I've had enough fun. Yeah, which people can say. I mean, I don't know if other people say that, but I do. Sometimes I'm like, okay, I've had enough fun, but I've been too drunk and too tipsy or drank too much stupor this week. I'll take a break. This week I'm doing nothing. Or for the next 2 weeks I am crashing off. I don't even care about socializing. I'm just going to be indoors or go to work or do whatever it is I need to do my system, and just that's it. And that's where satisfaction and wantings comes in. That's the satisfaction. Oh, you've already gotten that. But because we are humans and we have this crazy, unexpected, insatiable desire and need, we just keep on wanting more. And then it leads us down again to growth and stability and growth, because then you've already gotten to that height, you've gotten to that rise. So under the series of occurrence, there is the first thing that I wrote, growth and stability, and then there's change and decision, and then down to repetition and argument, and then expectation and improvement, with satisfaction and crazy wantings and needs, which it's down just enough to stability and growth. So in the series, in the plot of life, in the plot of deciding to do your own thing or deciding to join forces with the person you have this connection with, either family member, it doesn't even matter. It doesn't even matter if they're that important or less important or needful or not. It doesn't matter. In that series of occurrence, during the series of occurrence, that plot is just to attach, it's just to be with that, it's just to do that, it's just to perfect what you've already started so much. I mean, for people who start something and continuously do it, of course, I mean, what's the need of starting something if you're not going to get better and do it and do it and do it and do it over and over again, right? So under the series of occurrence, while I was scripting this 6 list is what I thought of. And then down to the second part, which is effects and casualties. And yes, for effect and casualty, my list goes as realization, when you realize that, when you find out that something should change, and then resect and reflect, when you think about it, when you ponder on the situation, on the task or whatever it is. And consistency, again, which is repetition, appointment and decisiveness. Appointment, choosing a goal, choosing what to do, choosing what to stick to. Increment in search, where you still want so much, you still need so much. And then the last, normal or extreme involvement, like when you now have a pace as to how much you're doing this stuff that it's so that sparks so much interest in you, sorry for that, or when you just have a normal involvement with it. It's either it's crazy or it's not crazy, right? Yes. So a plot is just as it goes. It's different for that. I know it's not even what it means at all, because yes, on the start I had to define what plot means in different terms. It's not even what it means, but yes, it was just that idea that we are all different. We all like different things. We're so engrossed into different things. There's so special things about us that's innate, or that's just physical, or that's just crazy, or that would just drive you insane, or drive me insane, or drive anybody insane, and want to be a reason why they want to attach to you. And oh my God, this is just so sweet. But it's also the reason why they could get bored, and then they could tire. Okay, so hence the question I had to ask, hence that particular question I had to ask initially, which is, what is the plot? I mean, is this the game? Do you intend to be fun and boring altogether? So it's not the fact that, oh, maybe this person is such a crazy music lover like Moa. Oh my God. There's no genre, okay, that is particular. And the way people say, what's your favorite song? I don't have a favorite song. I have a favorite song of the week. Maybe it's just one I discovered that I love the tune, or I love the lyrics, or somehow it just makes me feel good. Or it could just be an old track that I found out again. Oh, I used to love the song back in the year 2000 and something, or whenever it is, and yes, and now I like it back. So I have a favorite of the week. There's nothing. I love that. Oh my God, I can go on about how much music means to me. I know one day I am definitely going to make an episode for that because it's mad. I mean, I already have one pile of episode, which is Chilling Point, which should be my second or third episode as I started this, where I have to talk about something that I love so much, which is crazy music, because it's different titles for me. It definitely is. And then there's television shows, TV shows. Yes. For people who love Big Brother Niger, who love reality TV, Real Housewives, who just love movies, who love NCIS, crime stuff. I think I had someone say they like crime stuff. Anyway. And people who love sports. Oh my God. Tennis, golf, Formula One, football, which is crazy, okay? And the people who love console games. And are you even going to not talk about or even remove the social media bonnets, the people that is just social media, or the ones that I hold close to my heart, which is the meme craze people, okay? I have friends who sent me memes like back to back, even though I'm not on IG and I miss a particular content and it's funny. I mean, they just know. They just have to send it to me and it makes me laugh, and I love that. Those guys are special to me because they get me on point, they make me live up to the stats, and it's so plenty. Are you kidding me? I will always be grateful for that because I miss the content. Now I have it. Why? Because I got cool friends. How my friends are cool. But I even talk about the people, of course, politics. I don't know why each time I talk about politics and news, I come close to thinking about Twitter, which is X now. Yeah. Y'all went back to your exes, yes, which is Twitter, because I feel like, yes, of course, Twitter is the first point of news or whatsoever, or it's just a social media handle, but it's aggressive, it's mean, it's fun, someone once said that, Twitter is for people who know what they're doing, and I laughed, and I was like, oh my God, social media, for people who know what they're doing, think again. But anyway, are we going to remove the people, which is still part of my group, the people who read so much, like who read novels and books and articles and just read stuff? Like, it's weird. It's not weird. It's not that weird. Come on. It's not weird. I can pick up like a milk sachet, like a sachet of milk, or say a sachet of anything. It could just be that sachet, or it could just be a book, or it could be content, something I already have. Something I've already used. It could be a container for, say, a body lotion or something, and I have to read it through again. I don't know. I mean, if it can't be the only one that. It's not just possible that I'm the only person that is this way. I just have that feeling that no, there's no way. There's no way I'm the only person in this world or in this country that's that way. I just read through everything. Even though I already have it before, even already know what it does, I just go through it again. It's just like crazy about wanting to read stuff. It's mad. I mean, I'm not going to remove those people at all because I love them at one point, and then at the second point, I'm like, dude, okay, this is getting freakishly crazy. And then the console game lovers, what? You can't remove them out of the equation. They are the people. They are the people. Mortal Kombat. Oh, Grand Theft. Konami Soccer. Okay, shut up. Be a girl. Be a girl, okay? You don't have to talk about that part. Be a girl, man. Yes, this part. So the plot in this sense is, our love. Those things that we're in love with. Those things we love to do. Those things that makes us beautiful, makes us unique, makes us... those things that makes us extreme. Those things that we get angry about. Those things that we get passionate about. Those things that once it comes to light, we want to outspeak everyone. We want our voice or our opinions to trump every other person's. And those are the people I like. I don't know why. I found out that I am drawn to people who are rebels. Yes, people who have the opinion and they stand by the opinion. I don't like people who waver. Dude, be on it. What do you want? What is it? What is it? Just stay there and be that person. Don't be hypocritical. What the hell, man? Don't do that. And yes, I like people who are very expressive and they stick to their point and they stick to their facts, and this is it. And the other stuff that is so way more interesting for me is when people talk about something and you can just feel it, you can just see it, okay? You can just read it. It's in the body language, it's in their countenance, it's in the way they move their hands, they touch their face, they close their eye, they blink their eyes, the way they move their body. You just know that this is out of excitement. It's genuinity. They love it so much. They are so spark into it. This plot gets me. And it's just what sparks and continuously sparks my curiosity. Because I'm like, I wish I could love this thing exactly the way you love it. It just makes me happy. It just makes me caught up in interest. It just makes me happy when I see people are just like wonderfully passionate about something. I mean, they could actually be coming off angry about it. I mean, it could be something that they're angry about and they want everybody to know. You know, you're screaming it in your faces. You're screaming it and they're saying, no, that's it. You can be angry. I don't even mind. I mean, I used to mind about all of that so much. I'm like, okay, this is a little bit crazy. But now that I know myself and I know how point I could get, I don't even mind when someone is talking about something and they're screaming about it, okay? And they're acting as if they want to tear the place down. I get it. I mean, 100%. I'm like, yes, baby. Yes, honey. Tell them. They're not getting you. Put it in your heads. Because I resonate. I relate 150%, man. I do. I just do. Because I understand passion. And I understand that when you know something and you're passionate about something and it's a fact, okay, and your opinions really make sense. It's trivial, it's educating, it's inspirational, it's clear, it's something that is logical, it's reasonable, or is emotional, or whatever the reason is, okay? Just, I don't care how it comes off. You know, some people say, oh, that was too aggressive. Your message was lost in the aggressiveness. No. If Viva was listening to it, I got your message 100% clear. Because the tone of a voice doesn't get me off. It does not get me off. I mean, if that is what it takes, whatever gets you to sleep at night, whatever rocks your boat, this is my mindset. This is what I believe. Whatever rocks your boat, whatever works for you. Because it's different strokes for different folks. It can be the same thing. The person probably is not even that angry, but they sound angry and they seem angry. I know this and I relate to this because I am that person. Yes. Sometimes when I'm talking about a particular topic or a subject or something, I'm just trying to put my point across, and maybe the people I'm talking about it with, or the person is not just listening, like you're not reasoning, you're not listening, because it's different from just, when people just want to listen so they can give you a response. They're not just listening because they want to understand what you're saying or try to reason with what you're saying or trying to think, okay, is this logic or is this real? Is this emotional or is this coming from the actual fact? When someone tries to put their opinion over a fact, what you think has nothing to do, has no relevance to the fact. The fact of the matter is this. If you think, you feel, you have an opinion, nobody gives a shit. It's not relevant. It doesn't come in anywhere. It's just that. And so I get it. So when people, maybe you're crazy or your voice or you sound mean, just put your points across. Because sometimes people just want to walk over you and say, that's it. I used to, think that, okay, I have to curb it. And now, of course, if I feel like this person probably doesn't even have the enough understanding or comprehension to actually understand that what I'm saying is logical. They're not even thinking. They're just listening so they could respond. I just give it off. I'm like, okay, yeah, whatever. You rock. You are awesome. Whatever you say, boss, we're going with that. And it just dies. So that is a plot. That and a whole lot of stuff. The things I like cannot be the things you like. Yes, at a point we could like the same thing. We definitely would love the same thing. Yes, I agree 100%. You will meet a million persons and you share the same interest with them. But there's always that uniqueness. There's always that special effect. Okay, there's always that thing that makes you. There's always that reason why I feel I should be the one talking on the podcast and you guys should be listening. Like, I don't know, I just can't explain it. Why? What the hell do you think you should? What do you even have to say? Who told you can say shit? Viv, who told you? Explain. What? Anyway, yes, that's it. That stuff that makes you. And for now, of course, where people make it look as if you're not so industrious and all that. I don't even want to talk about that because, then I have to get so passionate and probably I start screaming. Or maybe I start getting off the fact that people will never understand and say, oh, you have the mentality because of whatever mindset you have. So I'm not even going to get into the part at all. But the plot twists, the plots to our lives, our different lives, our individual lives, the plots to it is always different. The graph showing the relation between the two variables, between the person and what's the love. That secret plan to carry out a particular action, which is to fall in love with a particular action or particular involvement. That's that area of a land that is measured as a unit, that particular area that this person or this particular person thrives in. It's just a plot. It's just that thing that makes you thick. Show us what makes you thick, baby. Show us. Tell us what makes you unique. Well, let's see it. If it's not drawn, if it's not spoken right, if it's not passionate enough, maybe your message wouldn't be out there. If people don't see that, oh my God, this is a do or die affair, this is a ride or die thing, maybe they wouldn't really get it. Maybe they wouldn't get to love it so much or get to criticize it so much, or they wouldn't actually get to love it and criticize it so much, because that's the way people are and that's the way life is. And now what could you possibly do? What could I do? I could do nothing. You could do nothing. But we can just be wonderfully beautiful and involved and passionate in our different plots. Okay? I can just die of my curiosity and want to talk to everybody and pick up their brain and think of everything. Imagine what they're thinking. Imagine what it has to be like in their saddest moments, in their happiest moments, in their most frustrated moments, in their lonely times, in their quiet moments, in the happy. Oh my God, I don't want to go there. And it's not because I don't have enough to do. It's just because I rather think about other stuff than think about mine. Anyway. But that's it. Your plot is always different from mine. But back to the first and original question. What is the plan? Is this the game? You're fun and boring at the same time. Okay. How long are you going to hold on to this passion? How long are you going to hold on to this plot? Are you just going to let it go at a point? Is it just going to be a plot that doesn't really make out anything? Is it going to be a plot that when someone gets tired and criticizes it, you get tired and you criticize it yourself? Is that what it's going to be? Is that what it is going to be? So that's the question. I am asking myself this, okay? I'm asking myself this because I'm thinking, what is it about the stuff that you love? What is it? Where is this passion going to lead you? Where is this love going to lead you? Where is this hobby? Where is this thing that you know how to do well? Where is it going? What is the end game? I think I actually thought about this stuff because I had a little squabble with a friend of mine, and then they asked me what was the end game, and it just resetted everything. I mean, I started scripting about the plots way before I was asked the question, but then it changed the whole dynamics, it changed the whole game for me. And I think I'm grateful. I guess I'm grateful because every situation, every point, every discussion, every conversation, for me, conversations are very important because I just love to pick a brain. It changes every course and time, and I guess I'm happy and sad for that particular conversation, but it actually got me to this point. So what's the game? This is for you to ponder and consider and get back to me, of course. Get back to me because I want to know what you're thinking. I already told you I'm curious, okay? Curious Viva, come on. Feed my curiosity, honey. Give me something. And while you're doing that, don't you dare forget that yes, lovers and glasses of wine. See, shots of whiskey, shots of tequila, glasses of tombo, keg. So whatever it is you drink, okay? Don't forget that yes, lovers and glasses of wine. These are the things that should never be counted, okay? Don't count that. And don't forget that we are still on and going. And idea buzzing and crazy on our social media handle, which is at YouCouldPod on Instagram. Oh, it's just a plot. This is just a plot. This topic is just a plot. This podcast is just a plot. It's just my plot for now. And let's see how far it goes. But for the meantime, I will catch you again. Ciao.